Yep, they broke. Now, I would say that's about the max distance that they usually break from. So you want them to loop around a little bit. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hunter Classic. Today we're out here on Hirschfelden, and we're using the 10 gauge lever action shotgun. Now this is probably my favorite shotgun for the Canadian Geese. If you want knockdown power and if you want distance, this is definitely the choice to go with. So we're out here, and I'll show you exactly where we're at in case you want to come out here and try this spot out yourself. Right out here is where we're at, and these are the coordinates. You can look, it's X10038, Y595, and then there's also some more spots here in just a second, but we have some geese coming in right now, so we're gonna have to hold off on that. So normally what I do is I just use the long caller, and I try to wait about 2 or 3 seconds in between each call. I don't do a constant call. And sometimes I try and point in the direction that they're actually flying to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. One of those things where you just don't know unless you try. Sometimes I have the whole flock break. Sometimes none break. And sometimes they break really far out, like these ones just sit here. It looks like we have about 6 of them coming in right now, which is going to be pretty good. So you want to wait till they're about 60 meters out, and then we'll short call. Then we'll pull out the 10 gauge, and they should be in range. Alright, so we actually went for a double, and somehow we missed both of them. But then the second shot we ended up getting a double, and then we ended up clearing up the rest of the flock. So I believe we got all 6 of them, and we have 6 shells in here. So one time we missed, but one time we got a double, which made up for the miss. Alright, so now I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite spots for geese. Now this would be one of them. My next favorite spot would be right here. Right in this field right here is an excellent location for geese. You can just set up anywhere in this field and you'll be fine. My next spot would be right over here, over towards my I used to have my wild boar feeder set up here, but I moved it because there were so many geese around here, and I actually set up my goose setup right here. So these 3 spots are really good for geese. I believe there's also another pretty decent spot if you want to hunt more of cornfield style. Right here I had my setup here for quite a while. Did pretty good there as well. But the problem is it's all cornfield, so it's really hard to actually find some of the geese when they do go down, especially without a dog. So one of my favorite parts about goose hunting is that you can alt-tab while you're still hunting. You can only do this in multiplayer, I believe. I don't think you can actually do it in single player. If you try it, I don't think the time really keeps going. It kind of just freezes up the game. So in multiplayer it works really good, but you can alt-tab. You can be in your home screen, and you can go search the internet, whatever you want to do, while you can sit here and still listen for geese in the background. As soon as you hear geese, you can jump back in, get ready for them. But the good part is you can basically be doing 2 things at once. You can be watching YouTube videos, you can be doing homework, you can be doing anything you want. And then if you hear the geese come, all you got to do is hit Alt-Tab to get back into the game, or Windows button, and you're good to go. And usually I stand up, so it doesn't seem to bother them too much. I always go for the front one first, and then I go for the next one. See, this choke is actually really tight. You don't realize how tight this pattern actually is. You don't need to lead them too much, because if you lead them too much, you're going to hit right in front of them at a close distance. I mean, if you're shooting 50, 60 meters out, then you're going to want to lead them a little bit more. But if you're shooting 20 or 30 meters and you lead them maybe 6 inches too much, I'm saying like real life standards, maybe in game probably ½ an inch on the screen. If you lead them too much, you're not even going to touch them, because your pattern is, I would say you're definitely shooting full or extra full with this 10 gauge. Alright, so we do have a rooster pheasant out here. Here we go. Here he comes, coming right to us. Perfect. Got him. Alright, so these 2 geese were out there at probably 150 meters out. And sometimes this happens. When you have decoys out here, sometimes they actually break and do come in all the way on their own. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does, so you got to be ready for that. Let's go for a double here. Got it. The good thing about the 10 gauge is you can definitely get doubles a lot more consistently versus like a 20 gauge. 12 gauge is still pretty good as well, but the 10 gauge is definitely the top notch. Alright, it looks like we have about 6 of them that broke off here. There's still the rest of the flock up high, so they could possibly break off. But this bottom flock is definitely plenty big enough for us to see if we can handle on our own. Alright, so when they split like this, it can be pretty tricky because a lot of times they circle in a bad direction. So you kind of want to go for the back flock here. And then try and catch the rest of them going away. That one got a little bit too far, but we still did alright. Alright, it looks like we have a good chunk of them just broke off over here. So right now they're starting to swing around. The whole flock just broke. You don't really want to wait for the back ones. You don't really want to wait for the back ones because it's going to be too late by the time they get there. So we got a double, single, missed that one, completely got another double. Oh, he led that one a little bit too much. Alright, well I'd say we're doing pretty good. I believe we have about 20 or 22 geese down in about an hour of hunting here. So you can see there's about 10 of them there. And probably 10 of them over here. Alright guys, we got a rooster coming right at us right now. We're going to flush him and see if we can't get a shot. Alright, here he comes. I didn't even get a chance to see how big he actually is. But he looks pretty big. And we made a nice shot on him as well. Might as well take out the hen. It's been a little bit slow the last couple of minutes here, but it looks like we got some more action going on now. So I'm getting pretty excited about that. 4 geese here. They should possibly break off. Yep, they broke. Now, I would say that's about the max distance that they usually break from. They're really high up in the air right now, so you don't want to do any short calls yet. You want to let them get a little bit closer. They're probably 50 meters up or so. Right now they're about 40, but they're going the wrong direction. So you want them to loop around a little bit, and then you can call, and you should be able to get a couple nice shots off. Wow! We just got a triple. I don't think I've ever gotten a triple before. That was pretty awesome. I believe that's the first triple I ever got for geese for sure. I might have gotten a triple with ducks when they come in 2 or 3 flocks kind of grouped together. Alright, so we've been out here for about 2 game hours now, and I would say we probably have close to 40 geese down and maybe 2 or 3 roosters. I think that's about it. So we're going to start collecting some of these. If we get anything decent, we'll show you. If not, we're just going to collect as many as we can, and we'll get back in the blind and see how it goes. Alright, so I really want to pick up this rooster because I couldn't quite tell how big he was. Let's pick him up. 23.9, so he wasn't even that big. 7.7 on this one. 7,726. It's getting close to 8,000, but not quite. Another good one here. We got 7,729. 64 meters in the neck. One shot with the 10 gauge. Completely dropped this goose. Alright, we got a pretty good flock of breakers here. Definitely like 6 or 7 of them. So let's get ready on these ones on the front here. Almost had a double on that one. But I think we did pretty alright. Those 4 actually broke off in the end as well. I didn't know that they were going to break. But I think they're going to probably get away. I'm not going to even try and take any shots at them. Yep, they broke. Alright, so now that they broke, we are prone, but we do have good camouflage on, so they shouldn't really be able to see us. The only problem is we can't really look up very good. Alright, here we go. So we're going to pull out our 10 gauge, we'll pop up, and see if we can't take some shots. Got him. Another flock coming in here. I don't know if they're going to break or not. They possibly could, though. The whole flock just broke, and we never even called. How cool is that? Alright, I really want to get the binocs out and see if we can't see them coming in. That's awesome. Alright, here we go. Got the big one. Oh, one got away. Alright guys, we have more geese coming in right now, and it looks like our gun is completely empty, so hopefully we can load it up fast enough to get ready on these geese here. They're a little bit far away. I hope they come this way a little more. Alright, here we go, here we go. We're going to wait for the back flock to come in first because they're a little bit far out. Oh, they're way out there. Still got them though. Alright, well that's the thing about goose hunting is it pretty much never ends. As soon as you think it's going to slow down, next thing you know you have a huge flock coming back in and you got to get all ready all over again. Alright, so I think we just found our biggest goose right here. One scores 7,800 plus. Let's take a cool picture of him. I believe this is probably one of the bigger ones that actually we got towards the end there. So let's take a picture of him. There might actually be another big one to be honest. But I feel like that flock had some pretty big ones in it. Even this one's decent, 6.5 kgs. Nope, so I imagine that was probably the biggest goose. That was the big one that we wanted to get, and we definitely got him. This one got hit 3 times here. But let's see, we ended up getting 42 geese. We ended up getting 4 pheasants. So not bad considering we were hunting for about 2 game hours. And that's how good the 10 gauge actually is. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next time.